welcome back to our sixth module of the GST 2020 series. The May 2020 exams were cancelled. So we have come up with a novel idea where we'll have only 20 modules of 20 minutes each and we'll revisit the entire GST so that students can prepare very well and write their exams. Not all supply is taxable. There are many goods and services which are exempt from GST. The list is very big, so we will be covering this in two modules. That is module number 6, which is this one, and the next module number 7 will cover exemption from GST. So friends, let's get started with the topic. Before we get into the list of goods and services which are exempted, we have to first understand the provisions which give power to the central government to grant exemption. Power to the government is given under section 11 of the CGST Act. There are two subsections, subsection 1 and 2. Subsection 1 states that if the central government in the general public interest with the recommendation of the GST Council can issue a notification giving exemption to certain categories of goods and services either wholly or partly with or without any further condition, and that also mention from which date they will be effective from. Apart from this, there are powers given under subsection 2 of section 11 where if there are any special circumstances, then the government by special order can also pass orders giving exemption to certain category of goods and services. Friends, there is a big list of services which are exempted from GST. What we have done is we have looked into them based on the priority from exam point of view, and we are going to go through the entire exemption list one by one. To start with, let's have exemption given to charitable and religious services. Well, there are two sets here. One, what are the exempt services, and those services which are not exempted. Let's take one by one. Most of the charitable and religious associations, they are registered under section 12AA of Income Tax Act, and while doing so they give a list of activities which are exempted and from income tax perspective. Under GST, if they are making any supply of services which is already exempted under 12AA, then again they don't have to pay GST on that as well. Apart from this, if there is an old age home where they are collecting monthly maintenance from the members up to rupees 25,000 per member per month, that is also fully exempt. Religious ceremonies and religious pilgrimage is also exempted. Then promotion of arts and culture by such charitable and religious association is also fully exempted. However, there are certain services which are not exempted. Let's go through them one by one. The first being letting of rooms by such charitable and religious associations where the tariff is above rupees 1,000 per day. Second comes, some of these associations, they also have premises or halls or mandapam which are given on let out to public. If such rent is about 10,000 per day, then it will be taxable under GST. Finally, some of these also have premises which are given on rent as for shops or for other commercial establishment. If the rent is about 10,000 per month, then again GST is payable on them. So friends, this was the list of exemptions given to charitable association. Now we'll take into a very important aspect which is for the agriculture related services. To make it easy to understand, we have split this into three categories. One are the basic or primary agricultural activities which are fully exempt. Then comes other activities which are also exempted. And finally, those list of activities which are not exempted. Here, before we start, we should understand that agriculture is not just raising of crops but also of animals excluding horses. To start with, all the basic agricultural activities like sowing of crop, cultivation, harvesting is fully exempt. Any supply of labor for farm or agriculture is also exempt. Agriculture processes which do not alter the essential character of the goods but are required to make it suitable for sale in the primary market are also fully exempt, like cutting, drying, packing, grading and so on. Apart from that, if there is any activity like renting or leasing of agricultural machinery or supply of vacant land on rent with or without any structure, they are also fully exempt. Apart from this, there are few other activities like loading, unloading, packing, storage. They are also fully exempt. Then agriculture extension services like providing training, Kisan call center and helping farmers to get more better trained and getting them upgraded is also fully exempt. Then various state governments and central government constitute boards and APMCs to help farmers market their product. Their services are also fully exempt. Finally, commission agents who sell or buy agriculture products, even their services are fully exempt. Now coming to those other activities which are also exempt: warehousing of rice or any agriculture or forest produce, fermentation in a warehouse, then additional activities which do not alter the essential characters like pre-cooling, labeling, packing for the retail market and so on. Then we also have services provided by National Center of Cold Chain, which provides cold chain facilities to farmers. They are also fully exempt. Then any job work in relation to agriculture which do not alter the essential character of the good, they are also fully exempt. In relation to livestock, any artificial insemination other than for horses is also fully exempt. Now moving ahead, we'll cover those services which are taxable. Okay, the first being those which alter the essential character of the goods. Say for example, conversion of tomatoes into ketchups or potatoes into wafers. They all alter the essential character of the goods and hence they are fully taxable. Next comes, there are a lot of activities where, like say for grinding or making things into powder, converting them into spices, which can, so that those goods can be sold in the retail market. There the essential character of those goods are lost and hence they are taxable. Then we have processed products like tea, coffee, cashew nuts, dry fruits, where the essential character of the goods is lost and hence they are also fully taxable. Finally, milling of paddy into rice, there is a conversion and hence the essential character of paddy is lost. Therefore, it is also a service which is fully taxable under GST. So friends, we have covered the agriculture activities in nutshell. Now we'll continue with this exemption supply. We'll have an animation where we'll explain few more services which are exempt from GST. So stay tuned.
It's very tough and you have to spend a lot of time in studying.
Yes, I miss all those fun with all our friends.
Yes, I also want to have fun, but my father does so much hard work for the family. I want to study and earn lot of money.
Your dad is an accountant, even he can teach you easily.
No, my father is good at accounting, but he does not have GST knowledge.
Anyway, our classes has started. Let's
Construction services. Construction and related services by way of pure labor contracts of a civil structure or any other original work like individual house construction, improvement, repairs, renovation under Housing for All Mission or Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Number 2, construction and related services by way of pure labor contracts of original works pertaining to single residential unit. Number 3, construction of electricity distribution network up to tube well of a farmer by electricity distribution utilities. And finally, number 4, supply of TDR, FSI, long-term lease of land by a landowner to a developer, provided constructed flats are sold before issue of completion certificate. If flats are sold after issue of completion certificate, then the exemption is withdrawn, limited to 1% of value in case of affordable house and 5% of value in other cases. Now, let us look at the exemption given to services in relation to transportation of passengers. Number 1, transportation of passengers with or without accompanied belongings, either by air if the starting or ending point is in an airport located in Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura or Bagdogra located in West Bengal. Non-AC contract carriage other than radio taxi but excluding those which are used for the purpose of tourism, tour or charter hire. And also non-AC stage carriages can avail the benefit of exemption. And finally E, metered cabs or auto rickshaws. Number 3, transportation of passengers to central government by air starting or ending at a regional connectivity scheme airport for a period of 3 years. Next, let us look at the exemption given to services in relation to transportation of goods. Services by way of transportation of goods are exempt by road except if it is done by a GTA or a courier, and similarly, inland waterways are exempt. Number 2, transportation of goods by rail or a vessel or a GTA for the following items. Relief materials meant for victims of natural or man-made disaster, accidents, defense or military equipment, registered newspaper or magazine, railway equipment or materials, agricultural produce, milk, salt and food grain including flours, pulses and rice, and finally organic manure. Some of the services of GTA are also exempt. They are if it's a single consignment value to less than 1,500 rupees. Next, if the value of the single consignee is less than 750 rupees or if the service is given to an unregistered person or end consumer. Also, government department or agencies which have taken GST registration only for deducting tax under section 51 and not making any taxable supply can also avail benefit. GTA or goods transport agency means those who transport goods by road and issue a consignment note. Whereby individual truck or tempo operators who do not issue any consignment note are not GTAs. Also, a GTA can do ancillary services like loading, unloading, packing, unpacking, storage, but only when this is done along with transportation of goods.
So hello friends, I think you like the animation. We have done a lot of effort to create animation which could help students to learn very easily. If you have any comments, you can share us, or if you have any specific topic for which you need the animation, please type it into the comment box below this video and we'll try our best to create animations for you. Now moving ahead, now we'll have few more services or which are exempt in GST. Friends, let's start look at the first set of service which is on the healthcare domain. Under healthcare, medical services are fully exempt, provided it is for any diagnosis or treatment under any recognized system of treatment in India, including transportation of patients through ambulance. But there is an exception wherein hair transplant or plastic surgery done for enhancement of person's look is not exempt, it is taxable. And the following are exempt, like services given by any clinical establishment, any authorized medical practitioner or any paramedics. All of their services are fully exempt under GST. Moving ahead, services of veterinary clinic are also exempt. Disposable of biomedical waste is also fully exempt service. Stem cells and cord cells preservation is also exempted under GST. And finally, public conveniences like toilets, washrooms are also fully exempted under GST. So under healthcare, we have these services which are fully exempt. However, there are a few questions and let us look at them. First, is food supplied to patients by hospitals, is it exempt in GST? Well, as per circular number 32/06/2018, this is a composite supply where food is given along with the treatment and treatment being the principal supply. Hence, it is fully exempt. But then what happens to food given to visitors? Well, this is not exempt and hence it is taxable. Third, what about the room rent to the patients when they stay in the hospitals? Well, as per circular number 27/1/2018, this is also fully exempt. Again, the concept of opposite supply will apply over here. And finally, what happens when there is any renting of shops? So we do see shops in hospitals, maybe medical shops or other shops. Are they also exempt under GST? Well, the answer is no. Those are taxable. This also includes any advertisement in the hospitals. Moving ahead, next we look at banking and financial services. Well, any services rendered by Reserve Bank of India is fully exempt. But banks giving services to RBI, that is not exempt, it is fully taxable. Services for the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana accounts is fully exempt. Any interest or discount on any deposit, loans or advances except for credit card, they are also fully exempt under GST. Any forex conversion among banks or to an authorized dealer is exempt. However, services of forex to general public is taxable. Next comes the acquiring bank. Just to tell you what is acquiring bank, Any bank which processes transaction on behalf of any merchant is called acquiring bank. So the provision of the services of acquiring bank in relation to processing transaction of credit card or debit card up to a limit of rupees 2000 per transaction is fully exempted under GST. Finally, if there is any intermediary of a financial services operating in a SEZ and serving customers in foreign currency, then their services are also fully exempt under GST. So friends, these are the list of services which are fully exempted under the banking and financial services. Moving ahead, let's try to understand what are the exemptions given to insurance, pension and some specified bodies. So first we'll cover life insurance. Some of the services of life insurance like annuity under National Pension Scheme, group insurance scheme given to Army, Navy, Air Force, the Navy Group Insurance Fund, and few other smaller insurance schemes for coverage up to rupees 2 lakh, especially like Pradhan Mantri Bima Yojana, Fasal Yojana, and so on. They are all fully exempt under GST. Next comes general insurance. There are 4 stock insurance policies for which the insurance services as well as reinsurance services both are fully exempt under GST. Next comes pension scheme. Well, services by Atal Pension Scheme and pension scheme run by state government are fully exempt under GST. Finally, specified bodies like ESI, PF, Coal Mines PF, NPS Trust, their services to their members is fully exempt. Similarly, IRDAI, which is the regulator of insurance, its services to insurance companies is also exempt. SEBI giving services to investors is also fully exempt. So friends, in nutshell, this is the exemption given to the insurance, pension and specified rate bodies.
With this, we come to the end of our 6th module. We have covered almost 50% of all those services which are exempt under GST, and the rest 50% will cover in the next module. So till then, stay tuned. In the meanwhile, if you have any question or a query, you can type in the comment box in the YouTube channel and we will get back with the answer. So till the next video, bye bye and all the best.